He is the demon of demons, and dwells in an abyss of endless darkness in the north, the traditional home of the demons. Ignorance, harmfulness, and disorder are the characteristics of Ahriman. He can change his outward form and appear as a lizard, a snake, or a youth. His aim is always to destroy the creation of Ahura Mazda, and to this end he follows behind the creator's work, seeking to spoil it. As Ahura Mazda creates life, Ahriman creates death. For health, he produces disease. For beauty, ugliness. All man's ills are due entirely to Ahriman. Ahriman is mentioned in the Dungeon Crawl Classics core book on page 32. However, we aren't given much information about this god, or any of them really, only that he's a chaos deity of death and disease, which led me to looking for more information I might be able to use in an upcoming campaign I'm working on. And this in turn led me to finding out that Ahriman is actually a god found in a real-world religion called Zoroastrian. I've always been fascinated by myths and beliefs, and I think this will likely become an ongoing series where I look at the different gods and supernatural beings found in the Dungeon Crawl Classics and Mutant Crawl Classics books. I don't see many people talking about these two games, so if that sounds like something that interests you, please hit that like and subscribe button to see more. Back to Ahriman. Ahriman seems to be the real-world inspiration for the Christian idea of their big bad, Satan. Like Satan, Ahriman exists to sow discord and strife within God's creation. There are many similarities between Zoroastrian and Christianity, one being the Christian creation myth, which outlines how God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, with the 7th being reserved as a day of rest. In Zoroastrian, the creator god Ahura Mazda created the world in 7 steps. Throughout this process, Ahriman does his best to ruin or destroy Ahura Mazda's creations. For example, Ahura Mazda created a beautiful primordial bull or ox. Out of spite, and simply because he could, Ahriman slew the bull. In response, Ahura Mazda takes the corpse of the great bull and purifies it on the moon. Using the purified seed, Ahura Mazda created all other animals. Ahura Mazda then creates the first human being, who is described as being very beautiful. Like the bull before them, Ahriman kills them, and like the seed of the bull, Ahura Mazda uses the sun to purify the seed, or remains, of the first human, and after 40 years, a rhubarb plant grows from it and gives birth to the first pair of humans. Once again, Ahriman is enraged and seeks to destroy what Ahura Mazda has created. To this end, Ahriman whispers lies in the ears of the human couple, who up until now had been living in harmony and peace with all other living things. Ahriman tells them that Ahura Mazda is their enemy, and that he's been deceiving them. The couple believes the treacherous Ahriman, and sin is introduced to the world. The couple are no longer able to live harmoniously with other animals. Eventually, the couple gives birth to twins, and they live to populate the earth with humanity, but the similarities between the Zoroastrian creation myth and that of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden found in Christianity are unmistakable. Also, like Satan, Ahriman is said to command a great legion of demons. And like the Christian god, Ahura Mazda is said to be the one true god, a supreme being. The existence of Ahriman allows for free will, as humans must decide which path to choose in their fallen state. I also see many similarities between Ahriman and the first Dark Lord of Tolkien's universe, Melkor. Like Ahriman, Melkor is not as powerful as the creator deity Aru Iluvatar, and exists to sow discord within the Tolkien mythos. But like Ahura Mazda, whenever Melkor seems to be victorious, he finds that everything has come to fruition because the creator god wills it. All 3 deities, Yahweh the Christian god, Aru Iluvatar, and Ahura Mazda, have a master plan. No matter how hard the Dark Lords struggle to ruin their designs, their meddling is also part of that design. Their cruelty, malice, and struggle to defeat the creator god is ultimately doomed to failure. In the DCC universe, I think given all of this, that it would be a great idea to set up Ahriman as the main enemy of the lawful deity Koranis, Seer Father and Lord of Creation, which we'll hopefully take a closer look at in a future video. I personally picture Ahriman as a sort of version of Melkor in that they're garbed in great, terrible black armor, and might describe it something like this. Through the brimstone reek of the portal, it steps, a fiendish knight from the hells. It bears armor of smoke and carcass, torture and despair. The knight prepares itself for battle, its feet planted apart, and its face a twisted and sinister mask of vicious pleasure as it brings a heavy weapon up. The demon seems impermeable, emanating the energy of its horrible plane, acting as a void into which all goodness or sympathy have been drawn and destroyed. Like the beginning description, I'd also envision Ahriman as a sort of deity that likes to use shape-changing and misdirection to further their aims. Ahriman's priests and minions would also use these things to their advantage, not always rushing to defeat a foe through strength of arms, but attempting to subvert them, undermine them, fool them into sabotaging themselves. Sometimes, a lie is mightier than a sword stroke. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to support my channel and the making of videos like these, please look in the description box for the link to my Patreon. Every dollar is used to improve the quality of my videos. For as little as $1 a month, you'll also gain access to my growing collection of maps, which you can use in your games as well as other perks outlined there. Cheers.